Wow. Wow. Did anybody see that coming? Did anyone see that coming? 86-79. Our Tar Heels lose to Syracuse. At Syracuse. What I didn't see coming were our team playing passively on offense. We played passively on offense and hectic on defense. Helter skelter. Not sure. It looks like they did not know where they wanted to be on defense. Well, it's another L, and I would imagine that we'll be dropping out of the top 10 and probably stay in the top 15. Do we still have a chance to win the conference? What are your thoughts on the tournament, ACC tournament? As far as where we will end up, and I'm sure we're going to play in the NCAA tournament, but playing like we played in the last 3 weeks, the future does not look bright for this team as far as going deep into the tournament. At one point early in the season, we were slated to be a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Well, that's gone. That's no longer available. I'm not sure if it can be still obtainable, but right now that's gone. Up until before this L that we just took, we had a number 2 seed in the tournament. Now we're looking more like number 3, number 4 seed. 86-79. I did not see that coming. I thought we were going to play a little bit more aggressively on both sides of the ball, but we played passive. It looked that way. I subscribed to a thread on Facebook, Coach Hubert Davis Nation, and I like to give the coach support because he took a beating last season. A lot of Carolina faithfuls jumped ship and thought he should be the second coming of Dean Smith or Roy Williams in the second season. And so I just think he deserved an opportunity to get a full contract under his belt. And I like where we're heading, and I like the game, the halftime adjustments that coach make, at least they have so far. I like the fact that he can motivate the players. I like the fact that he can recruit. I like that he's an X and O's guy. He calls half court sets. I like that. So he's not just a rah-rah guy. And in due time, I think he will have the players that he has been recruiting. But for this game tonight, I'm sure he's not going to say it to the public. I'm sure in his post-game interview he was, going to give you a different analysis of what we witnessed. But from my optical nerve, I'm about to say the Cowboys, the Tar Heels was passive. As I just alluded to, I subscribed to a thread on Facebook, Coach Hubert Davis Nation, and a Carolina faithful wrote, "Is there some reason why Hubert would not play zone?" Well, I think he would play zone. It's just that Syracuse was hitting their threes. Why would you go to a zone defense when you can't stop a team from hitting 3-point shots? That doesn't make sense to me. How does that enter someone's brain housing group? How does that enter your cranium to play a zone when you can't stop a team from hitting 3? Does that open the door for 3-point shots? I think so. Someone else, Jason Thomas wrote, "I'm sorry, but Ryan's driving me nuts. He's a turnover machine." I wasn't going to do a video. I really wasn't going to do a video about this game. I was going to take the L and, call it a night. But Cormac Ryan, this young man, and I'm going to say young man, even though he's 25 years old, because this guy is young enough to be my son. So I'm going to be gentle with what I say. He's the elder statesman on this team. He playing against teenagers and adolescents. He's a graduate student. Why is he playing like it's his first time playing in a basketball game? I'm not just talking about the night, folk. I'm really not. I'm talking about since he came on board on the team. All we heard about was how cerebral he is. I believe he is, but the errors, the unforced turnovers. Cormac Ryan had 5 turnovers tonight. 5 turnovers. Do you know how many turnovers that Syracuse steals they had? 11. 11. Half of that came from Cormac Ryan. Harrison Ingram, he had 3 turnovers. These guys they've been around for a while. Why are they playing like this? Why are they playing so passive on offense and helter-skelter on defense? Not being in the right position. Don't they know wearing that name across their jersey, you're going to get a team's best shot, and especially if you just beat a team down early in the season. I mean, you just beat them up all up inside, all kind of ways. You just destroyed them. You stole the lunch money. You beat them you just beat them to death. So they remembered that, and they got a pretty good record at home, and they're one of the better teams in the conference with taking the ball away. So they put on their uniform just like Carolina do. So they manned up and they came to play. So I can understand underclassmen or freshmen having still trying to find themselves, but this is one of the older teams in not just in the conference in the NCAAs. This team has a lot of experience, but in the last few weeks they have not played as if they had that type of experience. And when you have a 5th-year player having 5 turnovers at this stage of the season, and Harrison Ingram with 3 himself. My goodness, that's 8 turnovers between the both of them. Field goal percentage. Carolina, 47%. Syracuse, 62%. 3-point field goal percentage. Carolina, 44%. Syracuse, 47%. Free throw percentage. Carolina, 81%. Syracuse, 72%. Rebounds, 28%. Syracuse 22, so we won the rebound battle there. Offensive boards, we had 10, they had 3, and I'm going to comment on those offensive boards too. Assists, we had 19, they had 11. Why didn't we win this game? 19 assists, they had 11. Steals, 4 for us. Syracuse, 11. Turnovers, 11 for us, 8 for Syracuse. Syracuse had 11 fouls. The Tar Heels 20. So we was in foul trouble early on. So another guy posted on the thread. It's a shame, but they have no answer for the high screens against Baycott. The guards are penetrating at will. This has been happening since the Georgia Tech game. Other teams have found a weakness. Not driving to the hoop, so not getting to the line, not the big head and falling it in. I think, and most of you probably would agree if you play sports. Sports is like 10% skill and like 90% mental. And if you can get beyond the mental aspect of the game and you go play lights out every time you lace them up, you should be competitive. You're not going to always win, but you're going to be competitive. And right now we're not playing lights out on either side of the ball. We're playing passively. We're afraid. We're afraid to shoot the ball because we're afraid we're going to miss the basket. That's what it looks like. And then again on defense, we're playing so helter-skelter. Of course, we're going to be in foul trouble because we're not in the right position to succeed. That's where that comes from. Cormac Ryan played 40 minutes tonight. He played more than anybody on the team. 40 minutes. That still does not justify having five turnovers. It does not. The guy played 40 minutes and 5 turnovers. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. When I say he, I'm talking about Cormac Ryan. He was 4 for 9 from the 3-point line, so he shot a good percentage. He shot a 44.4 percentage from 3-point line. R.J. Davis. R.J. had what? R.J. played 37 minutes. He had 19 points. R.J. struggled a little bit tonight from the threes. R.J. He was 7 for 17 from the field. He was on it at the free throw one time. He was 1 for 1. So I guess that probably was and one. He was 4 from 11 from the stripe, from the 3-point line. So in all, RJ saw about 36.4% from 3 points. Harrison Ingram played 33 minutes, 14 points. He had 11 boards, 3 assists, 6 and 11 from the field. 3 points, he was 2 for 5, shooting they're saying a 40%, 2 for 5. But he had 3 turnovers, 5 offensive boards. Let's speak on offensive boards in Armando Bacot. Armando, we would go as far as Armando go. Yeah, R.J. Davis is the best player on the team. That's in my view. R.J. the best player, but we would go as far as Armando go. If they continue to back down on Armando and we can't hit our 3-point shots, we don't go anywhere. If we hit our 3-point shots, here's where the rub hit the rug. Armando has to stop missing his daggone bunnies. He keep missing his bunnies. He's 5 years into the season with this team, and I don't know. I can't recall any player of his size that has that many missed bunnies in his career. He's not the type of player that will always try to jam the ball, slam the ball, dunk the ball, however you want to call it. He's not the type of player. He wants to tap the ball, and it should be frustrating. I mean, you have to realize it's so obvious to most of us that he's passive around the basket when he's playing against athletic bigs or someone who wants it just as much as him or who's not Duke. You can't just show up and perform against Duke. You got to also perform against Syracuse, Georgia Tech. I'm totally disappointed in the way we play. We're not going to always win every game, but at least play lights out. Understand because the name that you have when you're in front of your jersey, you're going to get everybody's best. If you beat a team down before, they're going to come back. They're going to come after you next time they play you. So that makes me think, what will the game look like when we play Duke? Because we did beat Duke, and I'm sure they're tired of hearing that, and that we had a better ranking. Well, Duke probably would surpass I'm about to say the Cowboys again, about to surpass the Tar Heels. I'm still trying to transition from the NFL, from football, but I've been trying to really get acclimated into my college basketball. And right now, I'm so disappointed in the way we came out and played on the road. And our team's got to be prepared and understand that that's how everyone's going to play us. Everyone's going to play us just like that. And we all have to come and play with fire in the belly. With every single player, even the bench players. When you get a game, you got to play with fire in the belly. You got to play like, okay, you're behind. You got to play like you're behind. And It's like I said, basketball and most sports is 90% mental, and you got to be aggressive, going to the basket, going to the free throw line. If you're not going to the basket, you're not going to the free throw line. And we got to continue to try. Well, Armando got to hit those bunnies. This is J Mac Sport 24/7. I'm J Mac. This is your first time coming to this channel. You're finding me. I really appreciate it. You can consider subscribing to the channel. I'm a Tar Heel fan, Carolina Tar Heel fan. I'm a Cowboy fan, Cincinnati Reds fan, and a Laker fan. North Carolina A&T Aggies, my HBCU team I support, and also Lincoln University is another HBCU that my youngest son went to. So I support all those, and I just like sports in general. So please consider subscribing to the channel if you want something new and something from an old head OG. That's me. So I appreciate the love that you give me, and I always read my comments, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I get noted that you made a comment. Until then, Heels, go Heels.